Welcome back to Subsistence Hardcore. We have had a very busy night. I did a little bit of fishing, caught a couple small fish, nothing major, but the main thing that we have done is made a bunch of stuff. Fortunately, having found the nails and getting as much wood as we did, we were able to make a good amount of things. And one thing that we made is this. I'm not sure where I'm going to put it, like for permanently, but I want to try something out. Okay, we do that, we can open it up, we can put things in it, we can take things out of it. Great. Great. And look at all these foundations. So we're going to I don't want to lose this stuff. You know what? Before I do with the shotgun, let's do this. I also made one shotgun shell. I don't really have much in the way of gunpowder, but I do know I'm going to need the shotgun shells probably more than anything else. So I think using the gunpowder for that is the appropriate thing. And we're just going to start placing these foundations all over the freaking place here. All over. Yeah, it's going to work out well. We'll ring this rock completely with these foundations, and then we will continue on from there. I'm going to move that chest, but let's see here. I've got 3 more foundations made up. And question, can we snap them? I want to snap them to this. Yeah, I should be able to. Let's go up here and snap it like that. Yeah, I think this is going to work out fine. Yeah, this is going to be good. This, I think, is going to be very, very good. Like so. Yeah, we're slowly but surely we're getting there. And so let's take this chest, and we're going to move it. Now, obviously, we're burning through some daylight here, so I don't want to take forever to do this stuff. But we're going to just move that over there. And now we've got room in our inventory. Let's put our stuff back on our hotbar and go out. I've got this one extra fish right here that we can eat at our leisure. And this can come out somewhere else. Where else? Right now, more than anything, I just want to move it out of the way. But it would be nice to snap it in place where I want it. But that may not be a thing for us yet. Come on, can I get it to... Alright, let's just go out here like so. I have to get up on top of this? Maybe, yeah, alright. Do it like that. And then we'll make more all around there. But we're going to need a lot more wood and a lot more, well, everything. Nails and cord and the whole 10 yards or 9 yards or whatever, however many yards it's going to take, that's how many we need. So let's take this stuff, get that out of there, put it over here, maybe, yeah, it'll fit. And then I'll start moving stuff around, like maybe leave organic stuff in here and inorganic stuff in the other chest. Something like this. Right. That'll be fine for now. Okay, so how are we looking on animals? I don't see any wolves or anything. Let's take a dip. Let's look around for some kelp. I don't see any. But I do see all these fiber plants, and that looks like a loot crate over there. Okay, let's just get this stuff. We're just going to try and grab as much as we can. Come on, give me a shotgun shell or 2 or 10. Alright, 1. That's good. Alright, so while we're thinking about it, we're going to go ahead and load up our gun. Let's see if we can get us another bunny or a chicken today. That would be nice. But whether or not we find the small game animals and successfully... okay, there's a bunny right there. I can't really see it, but... we got it! Wow! Wow, 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 we got it. That is great. I'm really happy about that. That one, it was in the shadows. I don't know if you guys could see that. I really couldn't see it. I just kind of targeted based on where I saw the hit point bar. It was moving away from us, so it didn't see us. And I think that, I didn't realize that that was part of the mechanic of, like, the facing of the animal made a difference. I thought it was just a proximity thing. But it's not just a proximity thing. It's both proximity and, depending on whether or not they are looking towards you, will determine how soon they will take off. Because that one, clearly, we were very close to it. But since it was moving away from us, I think that made all the difference as far as how close we could be, when we took the shot. So what a great start to the day, guys. This is really, really good. I'm super happy about this. So I don't want to get too excited and let my guard down, but I do know that, getting that stuff right off the bat, a shotgun shell, a bunny, all this fiber and stuff, that is really, really good. And of course, having our second storage chest out there now means that we can gather so much more stuff and have a good stockpile for our building. We've got more platforms to work with out there. So in every regard, I think today is starting out very nicely. Oh, one other thing. Our berry situation. We need to eat a couple berries. Just eat them up. And we will eat that other fish here very, very soon. Yeah, my mindset is, especially in hardcore mode, if your food has dropped down enough to where you could eat what you've got, especially a perishable item, like protein, specifically protein-wise, eat it. As long as it doesn't, totally max you out and you might lose a few points of the nutrition value of it, eat it. There's no reason to let yourself drop down. So yeah, we're going to eat that right now. Just going to eat it. Now we're not going to stay out very long. I don't want the fire to go out. So we'll be making a bunch of trips back and forth. I made up a few more fishing tackle. So yeah, we were down to 1 last night, so I made 4 more. I used 2, so I think now we've got 3 available to us. I want to make some more of those. We've got plenty of grubs to do it. While I'm thinking about it, let's go ahead and make a few sticks. We'll need those both for arrows and for the fishing tackle. I want to make up, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 more. Something like that. But either way, we need to gather a bunch of stuff. Thinking we come up by this little pond here, take a look around, see what we can see. Not seeing a whole lot. I mean, we could take a dip in the pond and look for more kelp, but at this point, knowing that every time we go back to do our fire, we're going to be swimming and looking for kelp at that point, I'd just soon not swim in this pond that might have a wolf hiding in the reeds on one side or another that could get to us. The chances of us being attacked out in the big lake are almost nil. Chances of us being attacked out here, on the other hand, greater than nil. Alright, well, yeah, I'm not seeing a loot crate right now, but it's fine. We're just going to gather wood in the interim. Oh, see, there was another bunny, but it was facing towards us, and it just took off. So that's fine. But so yeah, we'll go back out there here pretty soon. Go back out to our campfire. We'll load it up with this wood and cook up that bunny, and then we'll come back out and look for more stuff. All right, I see a bear or a wolf or something over there. We're not going to go over there then. Let's just come over here and get this tree. And then let's head back out. I mean, we've actually got quite a bit of time that we could spend out here looking for stuff before we actually need to refill the fire. But no point not going back a little bit early. That ensures that we make it in time, and it gives us ample time to gather stuff that we might find along the way, like this ore right here. Yeah, so we can just kind of take our time cruising back, not have to like sprint straight back and bypass anything. We're just going to be looking for okay, I thought I saw something. We're just going to be looking for stuff as we go back. And, oh, well, there's another bunny running off. Yeah, in easy or normal mode, you're justified chasing down the small game animals. You know, when you see one take off running, then you can kind of chase it down until you get within range to take the shot and so forth. But in this mode, that's kind of silly. Because first of all, they run for a long way, and if they run you towards a predator, you're just hosed. It's just not a wise idea to go chasing through the wilderness like that. Because frankly, what we've experienced so far in that regards is that by the time you get back to where you can see okay, look, there's that wolf there on the beach. By the time you get back to within range of them, like where you can actually see them, they're most likely going to just take off again anyway. So let's fill this up. Go ahead and butcher this. Get that cooking. This wolf. Alright, I don't think it's a threat. Just put away some stuff here. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot of gunpowder. Well, we have very little gunpowder is probably a more appropriate way to phrase that, but it's fine. Let's make some cordage. And I'm thinking let's reorganize a little bit here so I can kind of keep an eye on what we've got. Something like that will be fine, and then you know what, I'm gonna make some fishing tackle while we're out here. Let's go ahead and grab our food, and we might as well drink the water. That refilled. You know, no reason not to eat this right now. And another fishing tackle. Why not? And I want to make some more arrows while I'm thinking about it. That wolf is. Look at all the wolves. There's 3 of them over there. 1, 2, and 3. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at all. Alright, let's go back over here. We'll put away this other stuff. And we want... take the feathers and... You know what? Let's move this. It's too far out of the way. Let's move it right over next to this other one. Like something like that. And they're not going to stay here either. This is not a permanent location for really anything. But we're going to take the nails and we're going to make up. That'll make me 2 more arrows. That'll be sufficient. Just do that, and then we'll put away some stuff here too. Like so. And that is great. So now we've got, yeah. Let's put away a stack of wood, because why not? We'll go ahead and fill that up. And okay, I see loot crates. Where did those wolves go off to? Oh man, damn it. See, if I swim over there and a wolf, no, that's crazy. That's freaking crazy. Let's swim this direction. We'll see about kelp. See, I've got all these legs sticking down here. I don't care though. We'll just. If we ever get to the point where I have so much resource that it won't matter, I might make like underwater prettiness, like to clean it up so we don't have dangling legs and things. But that seems like so far down the line that I can't even really imagine that it'll be a thing for us, frankly. So, but I want to see about getting. Those wolves, though. I really want those 2 loot crates. Just don't want to deal with these wolves. It seems like a really, really bad idea to go over there and go for either one of those crates. Where's the other wolf? Where's the other wolf? There was 3 of them over here. Let's get this one at least. Yeah, no, there's one up there. I want that building crate. But I'm not going to go for it. I'm not going to go for it. I want it. It's possible that we could get it, but that just seems like too big a risk. I don't have enough of anything to really. Yeah, it's too risky. It's too risky, guys. We'll find more. It's just it nags at my brain because every time I see a loot crate like that I can't get, or I think it's just unwise to attempt to get, then it starts eating away at me with the thought that that's the crate that is filled with nails, or that's the crate that's filled with shotgun shells, or whatever it is that I really need at the moment. That's definitely the crate that has it. But of course, that's just my brain trying to make me do something silly. And we're not going to do that, brain. Just stop. So I've been watching some of the older videos of Darren Brown, and if you guys aren't familiar with him, British mentalist, who he's one of those rare, really super talented illusionist, magician, mentalist type guys who makes it very clear that everything he does is just a trick. It's psychology and it's stuff like that. He's not one of these charlatans trying to make you think that he really can speak with the dead kind of thing. He makes it clear that no, the same cold reading techniques and psychological techniques that these phony psychics use to convince people that they really are talking to dead people. He does the exact same thing, but does it better than any psychic you would ever go to who claims that they're the real deal. Now, just full disclosure, I don't believe in any of that nonsense. I think they're all frauds, and that there is no such thing as being able to talk with dead people. So I really appreciate the fact that Darren reveals how he does what he does to people, and it makes it clear that there is nothing supernatural about anything. It's psychology. No, he can't read minds, despite the fact that it really seems as though he can. Oh God, there's a wolf over there. I'm rambling and just walking into wolves. Let's not do that. But there was a reason why I brought up Darren. I can't remember now what the main reason was. Because one of the things that I had watched recently was it's like negative reinforcement, suggestibility, or so I forget what the term is, but it's we all have like a rebellious nature within us. That it's like when you tell somebody, don't look at, like if I were to make a video and title it "Don't watch this video," it would probably get more views than any other video. Why? Because people by nature are a little bit rebellious, and just they can't help but do what they're told not to do, to some degree or another, especially if there's no real negative consequence to it. Okay, that wolf is still over there. We can't get to that freaking loot crate. Damn it. But that's the reason I brought it up. It was because I know I shouldn't go for that chest, but what did I do? I came back here unconsciously. I was distracted in my own thoughts talking about this thing with Darren Brown, and just naturally my subconscious mind made me go towards that. And because we just deep down inside, we all kind of want to break rules. It's our natural curiosity gets the better of us. But I'm not going to let my subconscious mind dictate my actions here. We're gonna be smart about stuff. Just gonna put away a few things here, and we'll head out and get more stuff. But yeah, if you're not familiar with Darren Brown, check out his channel, his YouTube channel, or whatever. He's a British guy, really super talented, and some of the shows that I've been recently watching, I hadn't seen it because I live in America, and a lot of the British programming things I only get off of YouTube, things like that. But he is really, really super talented and does the most amazing things. But as a diehard skeptic myself, I appreciate the fact that he's not trying to pull the wool over anybody's eyes. He's not trying to make a bunch of money by fleecing, people who are, racked with grief over the loss of a loved one, things like that. Then this is why I think these phony psychics and faith healers and all those types of people who take advantage of people who are really vulnerable and in pain, and just they steal their money from them, and they're a bunch of freaking phonies. I mean, some of them may actually believe their own BS. Maybe they've somehow rationalized and convinced themselves that they really do have some kind of psychic power or something like that. But by and large, I would suspect that virtually all of them know that what they're doing is just a scam, and they don't care. One great example of someone who is he's knowingly being a fraud, was a guy named Peter Popov, and I think it was back in the 70s or something. He had this huge ministry of where he was doing faith healing stuff, and he would like say, there's somebody in the audience, by the name of so and so, and you've got a, this kind of condition, and you live at this place and so forth. And there's a guy named James Randi. He went by the moniker the Amazing Randy, and he suspected that this Peter Popov guy was a phony and was being fed information from someone else, not from the supernatural. That the Holy Spirit wasn't telling him that there was people in need of specific healing and stuff. No, it was a radio transmitter, and this guy had an earpiece. And sure enough, Randy sent one of his associates into one of these revival things. I don't know, wherever this guy was holding his services, and they intercepted the signal and recorded it. And so in real time, you could hear Peter Popov's wife telling him, oh, it's a lady named whatever, and she's got this condition or that, and she lives at some such and such, and then you hear Popov say exactly, he would paraphrase it in his, kind of P.T. Barnum style, and make these people believe he was getting messages from the beyond or from God or whatever. And it was clear he was a complete phony. And James Randi then took the film of Popov's performance and the recording of the intercepted communication, the radio signal, and exposed this guy as a charlatan on national TV on the Johnny Carson show. And amazingly, Popov's ministry, he shortly thereafter had to declare bankruptcy, but he started the whole scam up again, and is now, I believe currently, still fleecing people out of millions because they're so desperate to believe that they can be healed magically, or that they can, their loved ones, or I don't know. This guy, but that is a typical circumstance of how a lot of these phonies take advantage of people who are really super vulnerable and desperately want to believe. But the faith healing things, and the psychics, they harm people psychologically and emotionally because they're giving them a false sense of reality about, look, they're not, people need to go through a grieving process in order to have a healthy mental state and so forth. Experience the grief, go through the grief, and come through the other side, and hopefully become a stronger person as a result. I mean, obviously, you want a support structure. You want people around you that love you and care and want to help and things like that. But you don't need some phony telling you that your loved one is watching you and that, everything's going to be okay because they're, whatever. I mean, you see where I'm going with that stuff. It doesn't allow people to actually grieve appropriately and find a way to move forward. It's really sad. But these faith healers that are feeding people a bunch of garbage about, just throw away your medication and, just have faith that you're going to be healed. That is deadly. That can have deadly real world consequences. So if any of you believe in the idea of, being healed just because you believe hard enough that you can just magically be healed, look into the studies of intercessory prayer. Because honestly, guys, there is no evidence whatsoever that people get better just by praying for it or believing that they will. There have been many, many, many studies done on intercessory prayer, and it works at the same rate as mere chance, at best. And oftentimes, in fact, There was a study done that revealed that people who knew they were being preyed for actually did worse because they had a sense of kind of performance anxiety, and as a result, they didn't get better at even at the rate of chance. So be careful, guys. My whole point is don't be drawn in by frauds. Anyway, so that's sorry about the long diatribe. I just wanted to pass the day and get stuff done, and hopefully you have enjoyed this and maybe you got something informative out of it. Don't be taken advantage of. Anyway, so if you like this, smash that like button, leave me any comments, tips. We made it through another hardcore day with no real incident and got some good stuff. But yeah, leave me any comments and subscribe if you haven't. And I will talk with all of you again very, very soon.